Hello again. We are so used to the fact that these days anybody can invite himself into our country and know that he will be given a hotel room and 3 meals a day until a council house can be found, that we tend to forget that this is a relatively recent development. Obviously, since it was established in this country that this is how we treat illegal immigrants, rather than giving them the bum's rush and hoofing them back where they came from, the attraction of Britain as a destination of choice for rootless foreigners who are wandering around Europe looking for a country to live in have grown exponentially. Britain is the favoured destination. How did we arrive at this state of affairs, though, where anybody can just enter our country illegally and know they will be given bed and board and medical treatment for the rest of their lives? We have the present leader of the Labour Party and soon to be Prime Minister to thank for this ghastly state of affairs. 21 years ago, when Tony Blair was Prime Minister and David Blunkett Home Secretary, the government was determined to crack down on those who entered this country as tourists and then overstayed their visa and claimed asylum. In fact, they wanted to clamp down on all asylum seekers and make this a less welcoming destination for them. Just the kind of thing we're dealing with now, although on a rather smaller scale. The then Labour government decided to put a stop to this business by making sure that such illegal immigrants were not entitled to any kind of benefits paid for by the British taxpayer. Not a bad idea, you may think. The 2002 Asylum and Immigration Bill went through Parliament to put a stop to such rackets. Enter Keir Starmer as a very left-wing barrister. He fought through the courts, doing everything in his power to make sure that illegal immigrants were entitled to benefits such as housing and so on, even if they had entered Britain illegally or had overstayed their visas. In the description to this video, I give a link to the judgment in the case, and you can see Keir Starmer's name at the beginning. The judges said, at the commencement of the hearing, these 6 claims all concern the application of Section 55 of the Nationality, Immigration and Asylum Act 2002, which came into force on the 8th of January 2003. It requires the Secretary of State to refuse to provide or to arrange for the provision of support to an asylum seeker if he is not satisfied that the claim was made as soon as reasonably practical after the claimant's arrival in the United Kingdom. This case only concerned 6 people who had entered the United Kingdom on tourist visas and then overstayed their welcome. But the Act didn't just cover them. It was generally applicable to asylum seekers. It was much wider than that. It gave the Home Secretary the power to refuse any support for any asylum seeker. Keir Starmer and a few other lawyers fought through the courts and persuaded the judges to block that part of the 2002 Act. Had he not done so, then we would not now have tens of thousands of asylum seekers for whom we feel that we must provide accommodation, food, medical treatment, and everything else forever.